Hey guys, this video is going to be one that I used to do back, 3-4 months ago, where I used to do like, my top 5 kind of thing. I haven't done one since then, and today I thought I'd just do one for the DVD fans who watch my videos. So what I did is I went through my DVD collection very quickly, and I found 10 DVDs that, in my opinion, every WWE fan should have. Now I want to do another one, maybe in a week or two, of every 10 DVDs I think every TNA fan should have. But I'm going to start off with WWE. So let's get into it. This is in my opinion, by the way. I'm sure everyone else is going to be different, but this is mine. Number 10 is Tombstone, History of the Undertaker. Why this is number 10? Because it is from 2005. He needs a new DVD, updated matches, even a like a documentary style thing, very badly. But this DVD, for what it is very good. There's the opening. It has all 3 faces of the Undertaker all in there. Features stuff from his debut, matches against the Undertaker, Yokozuna, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Kane, Austin, Hogan. I already said Hogan. Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Vince McMahon, and I think his recent match is against Kurt Angle, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, against Kurt Angle for the Undisputed title in 03. That is old. Yeah. But DVD was put on 05. I guess I didn't put anything unless I'm reading it wrong, but that is number 10. Number 9 is a pay-per-view. ECW One Night Stand, the very first one. Just a history-making pay-per-view. I remember watching this at my house. It was just like the match with what was it called? Mike Awesome against whoever he faced. That match, how he just stole the show. The table spots they did, just insane. He threw him through a table twice, I think, and then there was like the piece of metal sticking out, and I was just going nuts, thinking that the metal piece would go right through the guy's back, but lucky that didn't happen. But even the build-up towards this pay-per-view was amazing. How they're having even the picture in the back, the ECW takeover. That, in my opinion, hold on. I forgot to turn my blinds up, but that, in my opinion, I think is one of the best pay-per-views that WWE has ever produced. And mine is signed by Lance Storm. He was in the opening match against Chris Jericho. And I got that at the ROH show back in, when was it, July? Or was it, I think it was, yeah, it was in July when we met. No, it wasn't. Was it? Yes, it was. In July. Yeah, I think so. But anyways, number 8 is Stone Cold Truth. Just another DVD that I think that WWE should make another copy of. I know they have the legacy of Stone Cold Steve Austin, but that's just like, just matches. I would like to see them make a documentary style, kind of updating his life, what he's doing now, his appearances that he's made, WrestleMania 25, 23, and just stuff like that, but for what it is a very good DVD. And Stone Cold being the guy who revolutionized wrestling after it was at its lowest point in the mid-90s, just to bring it back up on his feet and take it to spots that it's never gone before since the Hulk Hogan time. I feel everyone should have this. And this was actually one of my first DVDs along with WrestleMania 20. I remember seeing it at Zellers, which is like a Canadian style of Walmart and Kmart. And yeah, that's the little story behind that. Number 10, 9, 8, 7 is the Shawn Michaels story. One of my favorite DVDs of all time. The story in this is just amazing. Just talks about his time from when he was born to, the future. Mr. WrestleMania is the last chapter. He talks about Hulk Hogan, which I found very, very entertaining to watch. He talks about, DX reunion. He talks about DX in there. His whole turn on life. And the matches, of course, are just awesome. When you got Shawn Michaels in a match against, let's see what we got. The Rockers from the early 90s, and you got Jeff Jarrett in the mid-90s, and versus Triple H in 03. Just stuff like the Rockers reunions on this, so that's something hard to find. So yeah, that is that. Next is one that I'm sure a lot of people, especially gentlemen, are going to go crazy over, but Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Anthology. Everyone knows my thoughts on Hogan. I don't hate the guy, I don't love the guy, but you gotta respect what he's done, which is why this is on here. As much as you hate Hogan, you can't deny that he is one of the most, he is the most, he's the biggest guy in wrestling pretty much, People in Africa, they know who Hulk Hogan is. You put the guy on like any screen, everyone knows that's Hulk Hogan. And this DVD set pretty much shows everything from the from the 80s, 90s, 2000. It's all on here. Last match on here was versus Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam. And I haven't got his newest DVD yet, so I don't know if it's the unreleased matches, but I think this is one that, like, just his classic matches against, the Sheik and Andre the Giant, stuff like that. Next is History of the WWE Championship. Another DVD box set and a series of DVDs that the WWE is putting out that is just really, for fans and a collector's perspective, very good to have. This stuff goes through stuff from the 80s, 70s even. And you're probably wondering why I didn't put the World Heavyweight or the Intercontinental title. Intercontinental not be just because of the prestige that it is compared, the prestigiousness of this compared to the Intercontinental title. And the World Heavyweight, it's kind of been in WCW and has been in other promotions before it hit the WWE. So I feel that companies, their main belt is the WWE Championship, so that should be represented more than the World Heavyweight and a mid-card title such as the Intercontinental. But the last match on here is John Cena versus Christian versus Chris Jericho at Vengeance. And just another good match, stuff that you can't get, like from the 70s, like the Hogan versus, or Ivan Koloff versus Pedro Morales, just stuff from 71's all on here, just footage that you cannot find anywhere else, unless you were, I don't know, on VHS or recording it live. I'm not sure too many people did that. I'm sure there's a couple on here. And next is, what number are we on? This is 4? Yeah, this is number 4. Ric Flair, Nature Boy Ric Flair, the Definitive Collection. And you're probably wondering why I put this over the Ultimate Collection, just because of the story. It goes from the time Ric Flair was born to his Hall of Fame. It's just an amazing story. It's my third favorite story, first being the Greatest Stars of the 90s, then Shawn Michaels, and then this. Talks about his plane crash. And then the matches here are just classic matches, pure wrestling style from Ric Flair, from the Mid-Atlantic to WCW to WWE. Number 3, McMahon. Why not have, it pretty much speaks for itself. The guy founded, his father founded, but he revolutionized and put it on a world stage and made it in what it is today. It talks about just, his growing up in the business and just doing whatever it took to get the WWE mainstream, and he talks about his feud with Austin, feud with Triple H, feud with Undertaker, The Rock, it's all on here. And he talks about, Stephanie marrying Triple H and just the whole build up towards that. Just a very good DVD to have. Number 2, The Rise and Fall of ECW. The story on this, guys, arguably is the greatest story ever made by the WWE. It's just so, candid, if anyone knows what that means. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, candid's a good word for it. It's just they talk about things that you wouldn't expect for them to go on, like Raven's thing with Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, where he put him on the cross, and just Paul Heyman's actually in this, unlike the WCW DVD where Eric Bischoff wasn't even, part of it. This DVD is very, very good. Talks about ECW's rise, their fall, hence the name, Rise and Fall of ECW. And yeah, that's number 2. Number 1 is the Monday Night War. And funny story how I got this. Me, Legend Killer, and my brother sometimes, and Legend Killer's friend, we go to the movie theater just 10 minutes away from my house. And usually every pay-per-view they have a little contest where they give you a little ticket and they give you, they draw it out. And my brother actually won this DVD because they called out his number, and I was just pumped because I know we didn't have this, and I think Legend Killer or his friend have some kind of good luck rabbit up their ass, and they get picked every single time, and they win posters and DVDs and T-shirts, and I only got this, but this is good enough. That was my brother's, but you know, whatever. Just the documentary in this talks about, you know, the ratings, and then the guys who jumped over, Lex Luger appearing on Raw or whatever, WWE, and then going to WCW in the same night. It talks about the infamous, what is it, the goodbye thing, where Michaels, the Clique, were all in the ring at once. DX invades, talks about the NWO. Talks about like how WCW used to give all the results to Raw so no one can really watch it. What's the point of watching it? And yeah, that is my top 10. So leave your top 10, and I'll see you guys next time.